Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Rani, welcome to my channel. I mostly make daily life type of vlogs, but I figured that I might do something a little bit different right now and make a full video focused on skincare and my makeup routine. I actually did a makeup routine video quite a while ago. It was like one of my first videos and it doesn't have like this huge number of views, but it's still one of my most popular videos, and I figured that I can do another one of my updated routine, especially because my skin condition right now is so different than my previous video. In my previous video, my skin condition was really good. It's healthy in most ways, but right now I'm currently struggling with acne. Like, my skin has been breaking out a lot because here's the thing. So I just moved to a new country like 6 months ago. I came from Indonesia and now I'm living in Australia, which has a very different climate and the humidity level is also different. So since I have a sensitive skin, I really have been struggling. But yeah, it's been like an ongoing journey. I'm actually gonna talk more about my skin right now to give you like a backstory of my skin condition. I have been struggling with acne basically ever since I hit puberty, especially in high school. But I always thought that this is just puberty and it will get better. And it did get better, like when I graduated from high school. At one point, I think because during college, I started trying on different skincare products. I found out that my skin is very sensitive, that most products don't really react well on my skin. So my skin broke out. It didn't just break out, but my skin barrier was also damaged. And I started going to dermatologists and trying on facial treatments. My acne cleared up, and I think it was in 2020 when my skin cleared so well. Like, it was the best state that my skin has ever been at. But then I decided to move to another country to continue my study, and moving to a different country is not easy for someone with a sensitive skin. I think my skin changed from adapting to the new climate, that what worked on my skin when I was in Indonesia, they don't work anymore here. So I have to try on different skincare products again. I have to build a new routine basically. So I basically feel like I'm going back to zero again in my skin journey and start all over. But yeah, I've been trying on like many products, and I know all the feelings that you get when you have acne, and like the constant struggle of how you've put so much effort into learning about skincare, learning about your skin, trying on different products, but nothing seems to work. Like, I am literally going through all of it again right now, but somehow I found a way to clear my skin the last time, so I am very hopeful right now that it can get better again. I want to add that I might not emphasize on my skin journey in this video because I want to see further my journey first. I am hoping that my skin will heal soon and it will clear up as soon as possible, and by then I'm gonna make an entire video about my skin journey and what I did to clear up my skin, what I avoided, and everything in details from the very beginning of my acne journey. And I'm not just talking about when I started moving here, but since the first time ever I struggled with acne and how I cleared it up every single time. Okay, I feel like I've talked too much, so let's get into the skincare and makeup part of the video. Obviously, before we get into makeup, we need to prep our skin with skincare. Oh, I haven't mentioned my skin type. So as far as I know, my skin type is more to the dry or combination type, because I feel like it's quite oily on my T-zone sometimes, but it's mostly dry on the other areas. But I also have a skin concern with sensitive skin, because I learned that skin types are usually like normal, dry, oily combination, but sensitivity is a skin concern, and I have that. With that skin type, I really try to minimize my skincare routine into the things that are just like the necessities. So I only use this toner. It's just a hydrating and soothing toner. It's by True to Skin. I've used this one for years. And then I just use a moisturizer. This one's by Dermalogica. It has probiotic in it, which is very good for my skin. It's been my best friend in like fighting acne and irritation overall. Since I moved to another country, I actually haven't found the right sunscreen for my skin, which has been months. And I'm currently using Summer Fridays sunscreen, but this one's actually like just a little sample that I got from Mecca, which I am really glad that here we can just get samples first to try out the products, and if it's good for our skin, we can come back and buy it, because I don't know if it's normal in your countries, but I didn't really experience any of that in my home country. So yeah, I'm really glad for these samples. Actually, so far I've been using it for like almost a week and it hasn't given any negative reaction to my skin, so I think I finally found the one that suits my skin. I just wanted to like remind you again that it's so important to focus on the skincare, and I mean like focus on healing your skin instead of just concealing it every day, because concealing it might work on a daily basis but like not in the long term, because you're still gonna have new acne anyway. So yes, it's covered but it's not making things better. So I will always suggest to use little complexion as possible and not use too many skincare products in the morning. Just focus on the soothing and hydrating products and never skip SPF. But at night, that is when you can use a more active ingredients, which if you have acne and sensitive skin, I also don't suggest that you use too much of that, but just enough to exfoliate your skin regularly, because we need to get rid of the dead skin cells to help our skin regenerate and therefore get rid of the acne. I know these are like such complicated points, because like you have to do this but you have to avoid this, but that is the struggle of having acne. Moving on to makeup. So with my current skin condition, of course I want to cover these acne. Like it's so normal, but at the same time I know the struggle of like feeling like, what if the makeup products that we use on our skin is actually making the acne worse? But I feel like thankfully this product doesn't make my acne or skin condition worse, but I do try to minimize it as much as possible. So I'm not using multiple layers of products on my skin. I only use one concealer, and it's Maybelline's concealer. And before you guys say anything in the comments like I shouldn't be using this brand anymore, the thing is I have bought quite a lot of concealers from Indonesia like months ago, because even though Maybelline is like everywhere, I feel like the formula that they sell here in Australia is different than in Indonesia, because somehow my skin broke out with the one that they sold in Australia but not in Indonesia. So like months ago I just decided to stock a lot of these products, including like the mascara and eyeliner and lipstick, because I feel like the formula is just different. So I have a lot of stocks of Maybelline right now. Okay, I bought it months ago. Anyways, this is what I like to do. I always put a little bit on my under eye, and I just use it a little bit in the inner corner and a little bit outside. Okay, normally I like to say that I don't like to put too much product on my skin, because I like to look as natural as possible. So I just put a little bit on some of the spots or where my skin tends to get red. But the thing is, like, I have too many spots right now, so this is what it looks like. And I like to let it sit on my skin for like at least 30 seconds. From my experience, I feel like the product sits better on my skin if I don't immediately blend it. And well, I just found a TikTok video by a makeup artist that you actually need to do that so that the product actually stays on your skin instead of whatever tools you use to blend it. Pay attention to the products that you use on your skin. So even though you want to conceal with either foundation or concealer, powder, BB cream, or anything that you're using, make sure that they're non-comedogenic or oil-free so that it doesn't clog your pores and make your acne worse. So while waiting for the concealer, I am gonna fill in my brows. I am using Innisfree's Auto Eyebrow Pencil. Okay, I'm done with my eyebrows, so I'm gonna blend the concealer. And here's the thing, I don't use any makeup tools to blend the concealer. I just use my fingers. And I know that is definitely not the best option. Like, you will get a better complexion if you use a beauty sponge or a brush. But I just, with my acne skin, I just don't trust myself to always be able to keep those tools clean at all times. I feel like it's just easier if I just wash my hand beforehand, and then what I do is I tap the products on my skin gently until I feel like it's well blended. For this first part, I try to like spread it a little bit, because I find it that if I just tap it on the spots, I can have like this uneven complexion, if you know what I mean. So like I try to spread it all over my skin. Can you tell the difference already? Like how my skin looks less red, like you can see less spots than before. It's not completely covered yet, or it won't be completely covered, but it's like much better. And I always add a second layer. For my second layer, I focus more on the spots that are like more obvious. Oh, and I know that some of you might cringe for seeing me put on product immediately from the applicator. I know it's probably bad, but I can do everything perfectly, unfortunately. Another thing about acne skin is that you can only cover so much, because like you can cover the colors, the redness, but you can't cover the texture. So well, we do the best that we could anyway. Just like the first layer, I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes before I blend it. And in the meantime, now I'm gonna do my lashes. I'm gonna curl it and then put on this mascara. It's from Maybelline too. It's the Falsies Lash Lift one. So if you've been watching my videos or if you follow my Instagram, you might know that I pretty much always use eyeliners wherever I go. Like eyeliner and mascara is a must for me. And the thing about that is, other than simply I love the way it looks, I think I kind of want to make my eyes appear bolder so that it kind of overpower how my skin looks like, if that makes sense. I don't know if it actually works in the point of view of other people, but I love how it looks and it makes me more confident. And I think that is really important because like despite those encouraging words, we still tend to feel less confident with acne skin. So like, yeah, I guess my point is try to find confidence in other things as well. Mascara is done. Now it's time to blend the concealers again. I'm actually almost done. I mean, like, this is an everyday makeup, so we gotta keep it simple. Next up, I'm gonna use an eyeliner, my staple makeup product. So I like to fill in my lash line first, and then I would draw a winged liner. Despite doing it literally almost every single day, I still struggle with it. See, the thing about drawing eyeliner isn't about creating the perfect wing, but making sure that both sides looks identical. Okay, so here's what I like to do. I like to like see the last lash on the side, and I kind of follow how it's gonna be if it's longer, if that makes any sense. And then I draw a line from the middle, connect it with the end of this one. I feel like I'm not being super helpful with my explanation, but I don't know like a better way to explain it. And then I just kind of fill in the liners. Oh my god, this looks pretty good. Okay, see how it's not completely looking same on both sides? This is where I'm gonna go back and forth into like trying to make it look as identical as possible on both sides. Okay, I think this is the best that I could do. We're actually at the last part already, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on some lip products. I like to use lip liner. I'm using the Sephora lip liner to go. I just like how lip liners make the lips look like fuller. I actually forgot something. I forgot to put on a lip balm first. I use Pure Pawpaws ointment, just a little bit, because lipsticks tend to be drying. Okay, last step. I'm gonna use L'Oreal's lipstick. It's the shade Snooze Your Alarm. Okay, can we talk about like for a moment how sometimes these shade names are just so like, it feels so random. Oh, I'm gonna put all the products that I use in the description down below. Don't worry, like including the shades and everything. Okay, I'm just gonna use a little bit on my lower lip. Then okay, and this is it. Now that I've made a video of it, I feel like it's pretty simple, but it does the job. Honestly, I never edit my video in terms of like adding filters or anything, but this camera makes the skin look so much better than it actually is in real life. But in real life, my skin has texture still. If you're also still struggling with your own acne journey, I encourage you to not lose hope and just keep trying your best to maintain your skin health and stay confident no matter what part of the journey you're currently on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's helpful because I feel like there are a lot of acne videos already, but I'm just trying to share my personal experience and I hope it is helpful for you. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on my next vlogs.